Hi, this is Elizabeth presenting the final project for Java. Today I'm presenting what I did is an application called Cookie Fortune Teller. So the goal is to have a display or have a screen that you hit start and randomly will pull a picture of a cookie teller message. So I'm gonna show you how this looks first, and then I'm gonna explain what I did. So my cookie fortune teller is this screen, and you hit start, and it will randomly give you a picture with a cookie with a message, or you click close to close the window. So I'm gonna hit start. So this are the message, the pictures showing you the message. It's supposed to show you only one randomly. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it randomly. I went off for time. So, but those are the message, and that was the goal. That's what I have. So I'm gonna start explaining what I did here. So first of all, I use NetBeans. So it's my very first time using NetBeans, and as I said, it was quite challenging to learn the new syntaxes and how to add pictures to the and labels to the screens. I thought it will be very similar to Java, Dr. Java, but it wasn't. But anyway, I was able to do something on list and I learned a lot. So I started with my final project, .java. So this is just my class with my main class. So my main class is calling the main screen. So and that's all I have here. So this is my main screen where I have pretty much everything that it's on my main screen, which is here. Let's see what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna play it so I can explain a little bit better here. I do have my imports. Then I call my fields. I do have the size of my screen. The size of my screen is 400 by 400, which is this. And then I call the label 1, 2, and 3. This is my label 1, 2, and 3, and the panel. So I learned in NetBeans that in order for you to add anything to the screen, you need to, besides calling the frame, which is the square, you need to call a panel. So a panel is something that goes inside of the frame, and in the panel, the labels can be called. So I call this JPanel as an array because I'm using more than one label. So and components, I have these two commands. So then I started my constructor. My constructor I have my main screen, and I'm calling the superclass and do a name or setting a name to my mainframe. Then I do have set the width and height, the location. When I open this application, I didn't want it to show here in the corner or in the middle. I just wanted to give a specific location. So my location is 100 by 200 pixels. So that's the location where it opens. Then I do have the default close operation. So that means that when I click X, it will close the window. And then adding the components is what is inside of this panel, and then put in my panel. Uh, per default, it will set destination, and I pretty much say, okay, put everything one after the other, center it. For the buttons, it was a little bit different. I did my layout. I said after the last line, which is this one, and then on south, put these two buttons. So to use the buttons or to make the buttons working, you need to call a action listener, and this is below on my methods. I'll show you in a bit. So in order for this screen to display, we need to make it visible. So this is my method to call make this visible, set visible true. Then I do have add window components. Remember here my on my constructor, I have the add window components. So I create a class here to make this, all this is what is inside of my panel. So I said I wanted to make it default on as far as the locations. And then I'm calling my first label, which is welcome. My second label is the picture. And my third label is this one. See what your version has to say. So the first thing, well, one of the things, main things I learned here with NetBeans is that when you are adding a picture, you need to actually add a label. Then once you add the label, you need to convert this label in icon and then set the address. So that's what I have here. I do have my label that I size it 200 by 200, and then I convert it to an icon, and this icon will get the results with my image, which is version main. Here in NetBeans, you can add different package. You have sources, and your sources you can create. Just right click here, new, and create Java package. And I create that Java package here for image. So all my image are here. So that's gonna be the way that this method is calling these pictures. Then I do have my button listener. Remember, in order for the buttons to work, you need to call button listener. And in my buttons listener, I'm saying, okay, if you click the start button, you will set visible false. So meaning this screen is gonna disappear. And then we'll call the R Rocky method. So the R Rocky method is my classes that I try to make it randomly. And my classes are calling here. So for each picture, I create a class, and on the picture class, I don't have much. I do just have the size of my frame. I set the label and convert it in icon and call the image. That's all I have in this classes. So then I tried to make it randomly, but it didn't work. So then if not, if you're to click start, but click close instead, then the system will exit. So this is just very simple. You just click close and it will exit. So this is how I create the my application. I don't have anything else to show you guys. I think it's very self-explanatory. And as I said, one of my major challenge is to learn how to use NetBeans. I thought it would be easier, to creating just the frames and go like, pulling buttons and pulling methods. Like you have this screen and just pull labels and pull all that. But I mean, for the class purposes, for this class purposes, I don't think that will be the way to go. So that's why I had to actually code everything. If you see on my code, doesn't have any frame like this one, like design, because I didn't go by the design model. I went for the code and what we have learned so far on our class. So that's how I create main my final project. I hope you enjoy it and thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.